It's a long one, a longish one for me. It's not quite, not quite Barry King then. It's not going to take the whole 10 minutes. But it's about 3 minutes. But I like his 10-minute ones, they're wicked. But this is about British politeness, kind of gone to the greatest extreme that you can go to. Okay. It's called Don't Give Me a Sign. Once, for my birthday a few years ago, Steve and Viv sent me a sign. No, not some cryptic message, nothing like that, but a cast metal thing that's now mine. Some kind of alloy with lettering in black, designed to allay all confusion about which of the rooms is the bog in my house, and I guessed for some little amusement. I wasn't that fussed, but I did hang it up on 2 screws on the relevant door. In a couple of weeks, its newness had peaked, and I thought about it no more. In the run-up to Christmas, gifts were exchanged, and to my astonishment, on Christmas Day, 2 more metal signs of the very same type. One from Viv and Steve, and another from Mike. There was one for the kitchen and one for the shed. I was somewhat bemused, it has to be said, but come the new year, both were mounted in place. What harm could it do? They were gifts for my mates. Next birthday, a party. The back room of a pub. 200 invited and most in their cups. The DJ was banging, the next day we'd be hanging. A table in the corner for presents stacked up. Once the hangover passed, I opened the gifts, my jaw on the floor and increasingly miffed, as each one of them mounting revealed in its time another and another of those damned alloy signs. Enough was enough, I had to take action. I called Viv and Steve to gauge their reaction, though I didn't have the heart to say I'm actually not a fan, and that first one they bought me was enough for any man. The pair were ecstatic, they were downright delighted. We told everyone to get you one because we know how much you like them. They made a massive effort to coordinate my chums, avoiding duplicates unless I needed more than one. Not wishing to seem impolite, I spent next day and half the night hanging signs around the gaff that I didn't really like. Bedroom, loft, conservatory, on any surface you could see. The fridge and every cupboard door bedecked with affectionate eyesores. The floor, the ceilings, the windowsills, the table, the sofa, the George Foreman grill, the chimney, the cat flap, the pipes and their lagging, nothing remained that was for a sign lacking. Cursing my manners and the spine that I lack, I'd now made a rod for my non-existent back. I hung that first sign so as not to seem ungrateful to my very good friends, but the action was fateful. I'd given an impression entirely false that kick-started this nonsense I appeared to endorse. An abundance of signage, pointless informative plaques. I've got 203. It's too late to go back. I can barely move in here. It's all gone so wrong. The signs take more space than the things they're stuck on. I desperately needed some kind of solution to deal with this plague, this homestead intrusion, but it had to be done with skill and finesse. I didn't want to upset my friends or cause them offence, because they'd gone to great lengths to do something saintly, and I can't bring myself to say that I hate it. Petrol and matches were the only way out, so I gassed everyone down. Okay, we've all been to Sainsbury's and Tesco's and wherever it is we go to do our shop. So this one's called A Bag for Life. We all have a bag we keep our lives in. A bag for life, if you will. You didn't really know what to put in yours, and that didn't feel right. And you didn't want to get it wrong because people would notice if you did it incorrectly, and you couldn't have that. So throughout your life, you peek into the bags of your classmates, your friends, your workmates. What's in there? I guess I'll have some of what they're having. Fast fashion, top 40, football, blockbuster films, celebrities, marriage, kids, a new car on finance, handy for driving to work and back. The status quo and gritty ears from a head too often in the sand. Decades later, the bag has become threadbare, thinned out, colours faded, frayed. Soon the handles will snap or the bottom will detach. Contents spilled across the hospital floor like so much nothing. And you may wonder if you chose your contents wisely.
Whoa. Hey! Okay, back to the usual nonsense. This is for anyone that's ever been somewhere where they feel out of place. It's called the Pensioner Orgy. Okay. A sea of chamois levers in the naughty naked nude, slipping all about on a tide of spilled lube. This one's for all those who came before me. I'm a fish out of water at the Pensioner Orgy. I'm only 34, but I've still got the invite. They're short on fresh blood every Friday night. The nature of the exercise means medical concern, with heart rates elevated and a rash of carpet burn. I've had a hard life and I've not aged well. I'm like a rabbit in the headlights, but it can't be hard to tell because I'm in my birthday suit and I don't look swell. I'm in a sexed up Werther's original hell. Maureen sashays over and whispers in my ear something that I'm not entirely sure I want to hear. Her hand starts to roam and then she starts to moan. You don't need a doctor to tell she's having a stroke. I extricate myself and repair to a sofa that in hindsight someone should have put a plastic sheet over. If deep eating fixing and make you feel horny, then next week take my ticket to the Pensioners Orgy. I feel like some ancient band trying to get their biggest hit. I'm just going to say, and I'm sure the people here that want one have already got one, but I've got a case full of books and stuff over there. There's about 3 or 4 different books. And some stickers, actually, as well. So if you want a sticker with Sexed Up Werther's Original Hell on it, then I'm the man to come and see. Okay, this is one that I did Scott quite recently, and there's a bit of audience participation. And any of you that saw me supporting Luke Wright the other week will have seen this. It's called A Wasted Journey, and it's about, well, you know, basically we're all addicted to our phones, aren't we? And I think if you were a ghost and you came back and tried to haunt someone, you'd really struggle to compete for, vying with the attentions of people's mobile phones. So it's about a frustrated ghost who comes back to do some haunting and it's not going very well. And the third verse, I want you all to go woo like a I'm rubbish at doing this. I'm so bad. Who's it, Luke? Right, you're a Luke, right? Do a woo. Woo! Yeah, absolutely, fantastic. Yeah. When I point, do the ghostly woo. Okay, that'd be great. It'll save me having to try and explain it again. Okay, so it's called A Wasted Journey. Whilst it will be hard to deny that I've lost corporeal form, I'm still a ghost that wants to be known, but you don't see me at all. I've tried so hard to haunt you, yeah, I've given it a go, but your gaze cannot be wrested from the screen of your smartphone. I tried once with some rattling of chains. I knocked a mug right off the table and still you would not engage. All tried and tested tactics to alert you to my presence. Oi, mate, acknowledge your ghostly tenant. I rustled up the big guns, I blew all your household bowls, but you just sat there in the darkness and scrolled and scrolled and scrolled. And you're not my debut target, there have been many since I began. It's like you're barely present at all. You're less in this world than I am. Your mind is a swirl in the ether, a shape in the digital mist. To think that I crossed the celestial planes for this.
Hey!
What have I got there?
1 minute and 36 seconds.
Right, okay, do them really quick. This is a new one called The Human Race. I think that I've been trying to lose the human race because all the evidence suggests it ain't worth keeping pace. When life is purely ennui with no clear horizon and it feels like your petrol has all been siphoned. Another mile can seem too much when the tiger in your tank is decidedly low octane with neither stripes nor swank. Throw the race, be a disgrace, ignore the steward's rules. Travel along at any speed and direction that you choose. Drink a beer at the start line, file down your running spikes, rip the number off your vest, just do what you like. Free yourself up, decide not to win. Well, at least not the race all the others are in. Run your own race if you run one at all. Pogo or cycle, hop, jump or crawl. You can't lose a competition if you choose not to enter. If this is not the race for you, then be a dissenter.
Hey!
It's probably just about making time to do one about a man who likes photocopiers rather more than he should. Mike's gone bloody weird. Okay, so this is about a guy called Phil. Phil fancied photocopiers. Each and every click and whir from their solid plastic bodies was a sex kitten's purr. Didn't set that one up this time. Phil fiddled with photocopiers. He stuck his hands right in their drawers. He'd fiddle with their buttons and caress A3 and 4. Phil fondled photocopiers. It was his overriding kink. He'd slobber on their output trays and fill them with man ink. Disgusting. Phil fucks photocopiers, called them his inky whores, discovered him flagrante with his Xerox. Phil don't work here anymore.
Well done, James.
James, the best.